shoot. Why don't I turn it on? Okay, here we are at Hobner Field, where your LaSalle Lancers are taking on the local rivals, Colerain Cardinals. LaSalle comes into his contest with an 11-9 record, a 4-5 record in the GCL. They've won 2 in a row. They won yesterday 11-1 over Roger Bacon. Colerain comes in with an 8-12 record and 8-10 in their conference, which is the Greater Miami Conference. So there are only two non-conference games they've played. They've lost. They lost their last game 10-2 to Elder. Their other non-league loss was to Harrison, which they lost 6-5. In the Greater Miami Conference, they are 6th out of 10 teams. Colerain is a D1 school, and they only made state once, and that was in 1940. They've produced just one major leaguer, and that was pitcher Roger McDowell, who played with the New York Mets and some other teams. He played between 1985 and 1996. The history between the two teams, the last 20 years, Colerain has only won 3 times, and all 3 times were by a total of 1 run. LaSalle has won 9 of the times, and quite often those scores were lopsided, such as 11-1, 15-7, 11-2, 12-1, 11-3, 7-1, 8-0. So on paper, according to history, it looks good for LaSalle.
Well, and Mark, they do match up pretty favorably. When you look at LaSalle as a team, especially thanks to all the offense we saw in yesterday's ball game, they're batting 230, and you look at Colerain, they're batting 231. Then when you look at the fielding, LaSalle fielding 923 and Colerain at 925. And then when you go to the pitching, you have Colerain at a team ERA of 4.07 versus LaSalle's team ERA of 3.21. And then if you look at the pitchers of record, you have Reese and Beck starting today at a 2.97 ERA versus Hesse at a 2.56. So should have another evenly matched good contest.
All right. Thank you for that. I'm not sure. This is, I think, the best angle we can get on this field. I tried a couple spots, like behind home plate, but you could not see first base because of the Oak Hills dugout.
And this is the caliber of individual that you get, our loyal fans. You're toughing it out in lightning delays and rain to get them the best view.
Well, and all we can see here, at least at this angle, is home plate and the pitcher's mound and first base. Join us in honoring our great nation with the playing of our national anthem. Okay, so Lancer support is pretty strong. Have to move this out, but we've got a bunch of Lancer fans standing out there on top of the wall out in right center field. And from right to center, the outfield goes up a hill. And the dimensions here are 312 down the right field line, 367 to straightaway center, and 330 down the left field line.
So it's interesting. I was thinking this was a Colerain home game. It is not.
So sorry about the partial view, but I think on this particular field, this is about as good as it's going to get.
You know what I like about this view, Mark, is from this camera angle, you're really going to get a good look at the mechanics of the pitch, and you know how I like to watch pitchers.
Indeed, I do. Sorry. Sal with good fan support here.
Yeah, it's going to be a lively group all game long. So defensively for your LaSalle Lancers, we have Reed in left, Jack Schroer in center, Colin Babowski in right. Across the infield, Goldschmidt third, Harmon short, Lynch second, Danzinger first, Richmond behind the plate, and Kellen Riesenbeck doing the pitching. Riesenbeck again comes into this one. It is his 8th appearance. 30.2 innings of work, a 2-2 record, 40 strikeouts over those 30.2 innings of work, and a nice ERA of 2.97.
I think I'm going to join you back here. That way I can still keep an eye on the camera. Okay, for the Colerain lineup, we have no first names. First batter is number 11, the second baseman, Moyne.
First name on Moyne is Davin. D-A-V-I-N.
Thank
He's
you.
a senior. He's batting .244 in the season with 7 stolen bases and 3 RBIs. Oh, we're nice and close to the scoreboard.
Yes. Two and one to count.
Good speed on that one.
Evens the count 2-2. Full count.
Almost on cue. Game time start, and the rain has stopped, and there's even some sunlight off over in the distance to left field.
Ball 4. Leadoff walk. Yeah, I had left because halfway through the JV game, there was thunder, and so they stopped action. I sat in a car in the parking lot for a bit, and then I saw the umpires leave and all the players leaving. And I thought, well, this is it. So I got, I turned the car on and started driving home.
So nice we got you back. So up to the plate is the second hitter, Dario Sanchez. He is the right fielder for Colerain, batting .333, 8 RBIs, 3 stolen bases, a triple, and 2 doubles.
You know what I might do? Is put the camera on the table. We may make adjustments here with our view. at least you're able to see a portion of the game. Runner at first. Nobody out. We're in the top of the first. Throw to first.
Good location on that pickoff attempt.
So wearing a bit of a different uniform look here. White pants with the red jerseys. Popped up foul. Attempted bunt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the dirt gets past the catcher to throw down the second. Wow, that was close.
Sure was. He got rid of that in a hurry. It's a short backstop back there.
Yeah, Chris Richmond was on top of that in no time.
Another really good throw there. Very close.
Oh, yes. It's over the batter's head.
Now, it's a natural field, all dirt on the infield, and it does look like the grass dividing the infield to the outfield does have a lip to it, so it'll be interesting to see if that comes into play or not.
I ask a number of these players when's the last time they've played on a dirt infield. And for the most part, it goes back to like 8th grade.
Sanchez is the first strikeout victim for Kellen Riesenbeck today. That brings up Vinny Taylor, the senior, is batting .302 with 7 RBIs, 7 stolen bases.
You know, Steve, I feel bad, but all season I have not introduced ourselves. This is Steve Smith to my right, and I'm Mark Specker. In case you guys aren't aware, this is our second year in a row of broadcasting together.
And we had one other year just after COVID, my rookie season with you. It's been a good time.
It certainly has.
It's awfully hard to see the bases out there. I wonder how that's going to play into this.
Yeah, in the JV game, you couldn't see first base, and now we can't really see second base.
Third base is pretty clear right now. First base you can kind of see, but yeah, second base, I see bits and pieces of white.
2 balls and a strike. So similar to the Roger Bacon series, LaSalle has dominated Colerain over the years. Popped up. Riesenbeck, the pitcher, calls for it, makes the catch.
Right.
Out number 2.
So Craig Smith, the senior, is batting .275, 15 stolen bases, leading the team, 4 RBIs, has the sole team home run, 1 triple and 3 doubles, and a teammate of Alex Smith for the summer baseball program.
It's a called strike. Batter jumped back.
Craig Smith, very tall, very quick with the bat, quick wrists, a lot of power.
dirt. Richmond quickly retrieves the ball. 1-1 the count. I want to do something new, and I've been meaning to do this. But I want you to write down what you think the final score is going to be. And I'll write it down, and we'll see who comes closest at the end of the game. This is hit to the right side. That's a base hit. Right fielder fields it. He'll go to second with the ball. It gets past the shortstop. That's an RBI double for Craig Smith. So Colerain takes the first lead, 1-0.
All right, I've written down my score.
And obviously, we at least we know it won't be a shutout.
This is true. So this is the pitcher DH Caleb Hesse, senior, batting .233, 3 RBIs, 3 stolen bases.
Okay, I'm going to write my score down. All right. One ball, one strike.
Gonna have yet another night game.
Strike two.
Got a good crowd here tonight, despite the weather.
You know, I think every time we play here, we've got a good crowd. It's standing room only out in the outfield.
Yes, it is. Got to talk to some of those homeowners who've got some kind of like Wrigley Field, the back decks of the rooftops over there in right center.
Yeah, they don't know what they're missing. It's a ball. Counts even 2-2. I'd like to be thankful that all the spitting has stopped. I don't feel any precipitation.
Yes, our score sheets appreciate it.
Riesenbeck deals.
Got him.
And he's caught looking. Strike three, out number 3. After half an inning, Colerain leads at 1-0. One run, one hit, one runner left on base. And I'm going to make an adjustment here, so hang with us. That's not too bad, partner.
That looks pretty good.
Front foot slipping. Is he complaining about his front foot slipping?
Just seems like it wants to fall. Okay. Hopefully, as long as no foul balls hit us.
We'll protect it. So, starting today's ball game for Colerain Cardinals is the senior Caleb Hesse. It's his 7th appearance, 38.1 innings of work, a 4-2 record. Over those 38.1 innings, 48 strikeouts, which is leading the team, so they're ace, and an ERA of 2.56. Has thrown 1 shutout.
You have to go back to 2018 for when the last time the Cardinals beat the Lancers. They won by a score of 3-2.
So defensively for Colerain, you've got Murray in left, Smith in center, D. Sanchez in right, Johnson at third, J. Sanchez at short, Mowing at second, Byrne at first, Taylor behind the plate, and Hesse doing the pitching.
And the lineup for your Lancers, leading off will be a third baseman, Isaac Goldschmidt, followed by the right fielder, Colin Babowski, second baseman, Justin Lynch, designated hitter, Javi Retley, the catcher, Chris Richmond, first baseman, Jonathan Danziger, the shortstop, Joe Harmon, the left fielder, Tanner Reed, and the center fielder, Jack Schroer. The designated hitter, like I said, is Javi Retley. Pitching is Kellen Riesenbeck.
Goldschmidt comes into this one batting .294, a team-leading 15 RBIs, 3 stolen bases, the sole LaSalle home run, 2 triples, 6 doubles. He's having quite the season, Mark.
He is, and that's why he's batting first. Looks at ball 1.
And you know, there are more and more teams that are going to that philosophy. It's not just the guy that's getting on base the most as your leadoff, but your overall best hitter, which oftentimes means that's the guy with the most power, too.
That's not a powerful hit.
It's
A
not.
little ground ball back to the pitcher who
Maybe I
lobs
jinxed
it
him
to
on
the
that
first
one.
baseman, and we've out number 1. Yeah, that's about as far as we can hit it, right?
Yes. So that brings up the right fielder junior, Colin Babowski, is batting .235. He's got 8 RBIs, 8 stolen bases. He's another one that's been swinging the bat well lately.
The infield all playing in on the dirt.
Yeah, especially with the wetness and the cleat marks. They did rake the field before the start of the game, but you can have some weird hops on bunts out here, I bet.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed, 0-2. Pitch is high, 1-2. Fouled out of play. Count remains 1-2. You know, it's interesting here because the players on the bench really have to be involved because all their equipment is on the bench. There's no room for them to sit down. They have to stand.
Yeah, very weird setup. But this field's been around a long time. I saw it dedicated back in the early 60s.
Yeah, I've played on it a number of times. So it is pretty old.
I feel like there could be a trivia question in there somewhere.
We could make it one.
Mark Spector's overall record at Hopner Field.
Well, I have no idea what that is. And that's a ground ball to shortstop. He backhands it, throws to first. Babowski beats it out. Lancers have their first base runner. I say that's a single.
I would agree with you 100%. That was hit deep into the position. Shortstop did a nice job backhanding it. Took some time to get up to make the throw, and Babowski was hustling down that line. Beat it out. He earned that hit.
Brings up the second baseman, Justin Lynch.
Who's really been hot, batting, get this, 340 on the season, 12 RBIs, which is good enough for second on the team, and 2 stolen bases.
Hopefully, between our partial view and our announcing, people will understand and see what's going on.
I do like being elevated here. I feel like you're in a press box a little bit.
That's fouled straight back. 1-1. Pitch is high. 2-1. Another high pitch. 3-1.
It's kind of pitching out of a crater compared to where that pitching rubber is and that mound.
Yeah.
It's quite a drop in the front.
His foot's in a hole. And that's ball 4. Lancers with runners on first and second.
I mean, if you look where the pitchers have to land as well, it is not a mound. It is like a step down, and he is kicking the dirt around. I no doubt that's impacting his pitching out there.
Looks like it.
Yeah, it reminds me of like a terraced garden. It is not the typical slope you would expect, and you just hope nobody gets hurt on that. But that pitchers have got to be cognizant of that when they're making their delivery.
Pitcher steps off the hole. Javi Retley, the batter. First and second, nobody out. Lancers trail 1-0.
I'm sorry, Mark.
That's all right.
The senior Retley comes into this one batting 255, 7 RBIs. Has a triple and 2 doubles. Is that right? Has 1 triple, no doubles. My bad.
Pitch is high. Catch is going to go on out.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what you're seeing here is this pitcher trying to work through the mound conditions. And, the step down, he doesn't have that capability of being able to draw that pitch down. And that's why I think you're seeing so many of those pitches high to the batters.
Coach Cord telling Javi Retley to hunt for the fastball. Now, when he does that, what do you think the pitcher thinks and the catcher? Oh, okay, I won't throw him a fastball. He's going to be hunting for it.
But that's all he's throwing. And again, when you're trying to make a breaking pitch, that mound is going to play a role in how you're able to get the proper arm motion. I don't think you're going to see making many breaking pitches.
The pitch is high as well. Base is now loaded.
Clearly that mound is in Hesse's head, without a doubt. And here you've got the manager coming out, and here he is working on the mound again, if you can even call it that.
Well, the only thing I can say is that both teams have to pitch off of that mound. So
They do. And
it's not just the Colerain's disadvantage.
Well, and part of that is going to factor into the score that I am predicting for this game. Because to your point exactly, it's going to be a battle all game long for anybody out there.
I just wish I'd have thought of this sooner.
You have a low scoring estimate?
No, I mean earlier in the season.
Oh, yes. I like
predicting these
Well,
scores.
it's something we can carry on for next year.
That's
for
right.
Sure.
Just a little something fun.
I like it. Always bringing more for our fans. And they got to play along too.
Yeah.
You guys go ahead and write down your score estimates and send those in to Mark in the mailbag and let us know how you did.
Of course, you need to send it now because if you send it after the game.
This is true. So Richmond, the junior catcher, up to bat. He's got 4 stolen bases, 2 RBIs.
Oh, that pitch bounced in the dirt. I do feel bad for that pitcher, though, because I'm sure he's better than what he's showing.
Oh, his ERA is very good.
Bases loaded, 1 out. LaSalle trails 1-0 for the time.
Still in the bottom of the first here.
There's a strike. Jeez.
Yeah, I really feel for him. I mean, that mound needs an overhaul for sure.
That's a line shot to left field. That was score 1. And Justin Lynch holds wisely at third. That was a good throw home.
Sure was.
And we have a tie game, 1-1. RBI single for Javi Retley. Or, not Javi. That's Chris Richmond.
Yeah, that's Chris Richmond. Danziger, the junior, batting 200.
Swing and a miss.
So we are just in the first inning right now, Bart, but I'm curious, what number batter is this for LaSalle?
It's batter number 6.
You probably don't even need to look at the scorebook when I ask that question.
Oh, this is well hit to left center, and that falls. 1 run scores. Here comes Retley. He'll score. A 2 RBI single for Jonathan Danziger.
How about that? You know, that was weird because that ball hung up a little longer than I think Craig Smith expected because he got to the ball, but it did just drop in front of him there. You haven't busted yet on your score, have you? Again, for those of you listening, Mark is doing a new thing this game and having you write down the score that you think it'll be.
Right now, we're in the bottom of the first, and LaSalle leads it 3-1. It's a called strike.
Harmon, the junior, batting 224, 6 RBIs, 1 stolen base.
Runners at first and second. Pitch is high, 1-1.
That is the 25th pitch in the inning so far for Hesse. But keep in mind, Riesenbeck had his struggles in the first as well, probably with that mound. He finished the inning at 24 pitches.
Wow. Is it possible that pitchers can get used to the condition?
To some extent. I mean, you have to, right? You got to get through this one. If you don't, it's going to be another pitcher's problem. So it's a game of adjustments. And that is a fine strike he had right there. I mean, he has looked better. He's made some needed adjustments.
1-2 the count. Popped up foul. This will be out of play. Count remains 1-2.
Those LaSalle fans out in right center. A lot of energy they're bringing to the game.
It's good to see that.
It is. Well, you've got a good amount of the JV team that's stuck around as well.
Yeah,
It's
that
nice
helps.
to see that also.
And the dirt gets away from the catcher. The runners will both advance. Second and third now. Counts 2-2. Got Richmond at third, Danziger at second.
Overcast skies today, 64 degrees, light winds.
This is a ground ball, second baseman. He scoops it, throws to first, and he's called out on a close play at the bag.
Not sure about that one. I want to see instant replay on that one.
Well, we have that ability now.
That did bring in another run, though.
There's 2 outs. Richmond scored. Danziger is at third.
Tanner Reed, the junior, batting .286, 2 RBIs, 1 stolen base.
Swing and a miss. You know, this is a rather neutral location, but I feel like it's decidedly the home field for the Lancers. Ground ball is shortstop, throw to first, out number 3.
With 4 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and one left on base. Into the first inning, Lancers 4, Colerain 1. Yeah, Johnny!
So the Lancers lead it 4-1 after 1 complete. Would you know what time it is?
Pitches. 31 pitches that inning.
That's a lot.
Might it be trivia time?
It is trivia time. Okay, so the lone Colerain Cardinal who made it to the majors is Roger McDowell, who I actually had the pleasure of playing with a few times.
Very cool.
Yeah, and I could never touch the ball. He was such a good pitcher.
Yeah.
I think that's why I stopped playing baseball.
Oops.
But anyway, what was Roger McDowell's nickname? Was it Roger Dodger? Was it Jolly Roger? Or was it Roger Rocket?
I feel like I should know this one. So I'm going to eliminate 1.
Good. That's a good
I'm
start.
going to say either Roger Rocket or Jolly Roger. I like that one. I'm going to go with a Jolly Roger, although it's probably Roger Rocket.
It is Jolly Roger. Congratulations.
Oh, yes.
Thank you for playing.
Oh, always a pleasure.
You have done so well this year.
It has been, it was a rough start. I think I was like 0 for 4, 0 for 5, but I've picked it up in the later part of the season here.
1-1 to count.
Up for Colerain's the third baseman. That is Nathan Johnson, the senior. He's batting .208 on the season, 7 RBIs and 4 stolen bases.
2-1 to count.
So let's see how Kellen deals with that mound.
Fouled back, 2-2.
Fortunately, he's got the height. So I think he's able to kind of, if you watch his finish here, he's well past the terrace, and that's probably a typical landing spot for him on a regular mound. So he may not be as bothered by it.
This is a grounder to shortstop. Harmon fields it, throws to first.
Nice.
Out number 1.
Number 9, Eric Burns.
Senior Aaron Byrne comes into this one batting .235 with 5 RBIs.
Oh, 1 to count. The pitch. Slow. 1-1. Oh, inside, but looked good from our angle, which really is meaningless.
That's the one thing about being over here. We don't nearly have the same view of pitching that we typically do for games.
Oh,
I think that one was probably not a strike.
yeah. Steve, we could have ourselves a picnic here.
We could.
Ooh, sliced over to the right. Full count now to Aaron Byrne. 1 out, top of the second. Lancers lead it 4-1. This is grounded foul.
Can't believe it. I actually see blue sky.
I know. It's rather peaceful. Ball 4. A 1 out walk.
It's the second walk for Riesenbeck in this one.
Brings up Tyler Murray.
Murray, the junior, batting .158 on the season, 1 RBI, 1 stolen base.
It's a called strike. Ooh. Hot shot down the third
I'll
base
check out
line.
the third base coach there.
0-2 the count.
The other thing to think about, talking about this mound, most everywhere we play at least has a turf infield and a mound that is much better manicured than this. Well, LaSalle's is natural, but it's in great shape.
Yes. Runner goes. No, he doesn't. Goes back to first. Here's the 1-2 pitch.
Got him.
Called strike 3.
And that would be Riesenbeck's third strikeout of the game.
The shortstop, number 10, Orlando Sanchez.
Sanchez, the 9-hole batter. Ball 1. Liner up the middle, but Justin Lynch is there to catch it. Out number 3. After 1.5, still 4-1 favor of LaSalle.
Just 17 pitches to retire the side that time.
Okay, I've got 3 distinct memories of playing here. So I'll turn one into a trivia question for you.
All right.
I always played outfield. However, one game I was called in to play a different position for one game. What position did I play?
Well, you said called in, which leads me to believe it was an infield position. Were you called in to play second base?
No, it was shortstop.
Oh, all right.
And it was very short-lived. They hit one to me, and I fielded it. Everything was fine. And the players start saying, "Oh, we've got ourselves a new shortstop," because the other shortstop slid into third and tore up his knee really bad. Had to have surgery, and so his emergency that I was playing short. Like I said, I made the one play, and then the next play was hit to me, and I didn't make the play. And that was the end of my shortstop career. Pop up to the shortstop. That's out number 1.
I'm remiss. That was Shore that popped the short there.
Isaac Goldschmidt, the batter. Whoa!
Oh, and he slipped.
Wow. And the throw gets away from the shortstop. So, a near collision there in shallow right field.
So what do you do there? You call that a hit still?
I think so.
Right field called off second base, but then slipped as he went to make the catch, resulting in the ball dropping there.
So if that's a hit, do you rule that as single or double?
I would go single because it was on the drop ball that then he advanced.
That's what I circled.
That would be my take on it.
Runner at second, 1 out. We're in the bottom of the second. This is a grounder to the second baseman. He throws out Babowski at first for out number 2.
That's your second baseman, number 15, Justin Lynch.
Goldschmidt advances to third on the play.
Lynch walked back in the first.
One 0 to Justin Lynch. And that gets past the catcher. Goldschmidt retreats back to second or third.
Very short backstop back there.
Yeah, he wouldn't want to retreat back to second. Goldschmidt. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Fouled back. 2-1 to Lynch. Another foul ball. 2-2. This is a grounder to shortstop. Took a tough hop, but he stayed with it and throws out Lynch at first for out number 3.
Quick inning.
1 hit, no runs, 1 runner left. After 2 completes, 4-1 LaSalle.
SC needed just 8 pitches to get through that one.
So you think he's made that adjustment to the mound?
Potentially. I mean, you've got to make those adjustments and find a way to, if nothing else, get them to hit the ball in place. Then again, defense can do their job. And really, that 1 hit, I think on a normal day, with that right fielder doesn't slip, that ball is caught.
Cardinals will send up top of the order Davin Mung and Dario Sanchez and Vinny Taylor. Got another little trivia question for you, if you're ready.
Please.
Well, I don't know if it's really a question. It's more of a, who were the Colerain Cardinals named after?
Who are the Colerain Cardinals named after?
And I'll give you a hint. The school is 101 years old.
With the top of the lineup for the Cardinals, coming to bat, number 11, the second baseman, Devin Love.
Louisville?
No, the St. Louis Cardinals.
You said school. Oh, the school Colerain is 101 years old.
Yes.
I misunderstood.
That's okay. And what happened was, back in that time, the Reds, the Pirates, and the Cardinals were like the 3 best teams in baseball. But the Cardinals apparently were the best, and therefore they chose the Cardinals as their name.
Interesting.
Ball one.
It's the second best of Mooring. He walked back in the first.
Ball two. He has scored Colerain's only run. Two one. Goldschmidt bobbles it, throws the first. Wild throw.
Good job of Lebowski coming all the way in from right field to get the ricochet off the fence there.
That was.
That would be an E5, I think, on that one.
Yeah, I agree.
It went off his body. He had to hurry to throw quicker than probably needed to.
There's an umpire in the crowd.
Yeah, I think that's in the Colerain dugout.
Nobody out. Throw to first. Runner goes. Throw down to second. Beat him. Yes.
Yep, sure did. Nice
Excellent throw. Richmond threw a bullet down to second. Did. That runner didn't stand a chance.
No. Nice to erase that runner.
Out number one, and the pitch was a strike. Ooh, a line shot back to Riesenbeck. He stopped it, knocked it down,
with a
and
glove.
then flips to the first
that
baseman.
Bad.
Frac number two.
Sanchez had struck out back in the first. Taylor comes up this time, the catcher, and had that pop up on the infield. Play made by Riesenbeck back in the first.
Ball one. And that's a single to left field. Steve, I don't know. Is it just me, but I'm having a hard time tracking that ball.
Yeah, in the dirt?
Yeah. It's like I see where the fielders are moving, so I know where it's hit, but I'm having troubles picking up the ball.
Center fielder Craig Smith doubled back in the first.
That's a strike. Smith drove in the Cardinals' only run. One and two. 2 outs, top of the third. Pitch is high, 2-2.
Oh, that got the on deck hitter right in the thigh, but he seems okay. He got around on that one.
That's why I would not want to stand there.
No. He's okay. Wow.
Oh, man. 2-2 the count.
Got him.
Strike
Wow.
3, out number 3. We're in the middle of the third. Lancers lead it 4-1.
Riesenbeck doing well. Fourth strikeout of the game.
1 hit, no runs, 1 runner left on base.
Just 13 pitches to retire the Cardinals there in the third. So we're in the middle of the third, are we?
Yes, and I am hungry. I am hungry for a dad joke.
Oh, nicely done. It is dad joke time. And you're hungry. I should come up with a food question. But I don't have one today.
Okay.
What kind of street does a ghost like best?
I can only guess a dead end.
Oh my, you are on.
Oh,
You got that one quick. Thank you for playing.
well, thank you, Steve.
You have absolutely killing it at the dad jokes lately.
Just luck.
Ah, no. Must be into the section that you wrote.
Leading off for the Lancers in the bottom of the third will be Javi Retley, followed by Chris Richmond and Jonathan Danziger.
As we start off the bottom of the third inning, leading off for the Lancers, the designated hitter, number 17, Xavier Retley.
Retley walked back in the first.
Hit the left field. It's out number 1.
One pitch, one out.
Coming to the plate from South Catcher, number 3, Chris Richmond.
Richmond singled back in the first.
That was an RBI single. This is hit in the air, center field. Out number 2. 2 pitches, 2 out.
They did far better when they were hitting the ball on the ground.
Yeah. I can't even see it on the ground. And look out there now. Can you locate first base?
First what?
First base?
No. How about second?
No. I see a little lump there. But
At first base, no, not really at all.
And third base is getting kind of bad too.
Danziger singled back in the first.
Drove in 2 runs with that single. That pitch is high. 1-1 to count.
Apparently, we're on the final approach to CVG this evening.
One to count. No, wait. 2-1 to count. Scoreboard threw me off. 2-2. Full count. Ball 4. 2-out walk for Danziger.
The shortstop, Joe Harmon.
That is the third walk issued by Hesse. Harmon grounded to second base back in the first.
Ball 1. And he also drove in a run with that. Foul tip. Runner goes to throw down to second. Safe.
Wow.
Called safe. Looked like the throw had beat him.
I thought so too. I mean, the shortstop did as well. He started running in towards the dugout on that one.
2 outs now. Runner at second.
I think that was a ball.
Delay in posting what that actually was.
And now we've got the Cardinal head coach out to argue that one.
And
Coach Altman is right by the engine just in case he needs to do something. No, that one's not getting changed.
you know that's not going to change. If they ever changed a call like that, it'd be a riot.
No, he's on top of the play. He had the best view of it.
I think that's exactly what he told the coach.
I was here, you were not. There we go. It is 1 ball, 1 strike. So on the steal, that was a strike.
Inside pitch.
Got a fine listener. It makes me laugh. I just texted in that the field reminds him of the field in the movie Sandlot. And that's a pretty good analogy. I like that. Well done, Uncle Bunk.
All right. The 2-1 pitch. Ball 3. It's turned out to be a good night for the game.
It really has.
I think I was about a third of the way home.
Think of all the fun you would have missed.
Oh. And this is hit to the shortstop. Throws the first out, number 3. So, no runs, no hits, 1 runner left.
Hey, Jen.
After 3 complete, it's still 4-1 in favor of LaSalle.
Just 12 pitches to retire that side.
I think both pitchers have adjusted to the mound by now.
Yep.
LaSalle's left 1 runner on base in each of the 3 innings. Due up for Colerain will be Caleb Hesse, Nathan Johnson, and Aaron Byrne. So, as I mentioned before, I've got three distinct memories of playing here.
Yes.
And one, the coach of the team was the late, great John Bossy.
Huh.
Super nice guy. He'd do anything for you. And one night, he just wasn't having a good night. And he was disagreeing with the umpire's calls. And he had enough. And he took the garbage can that was filled with baseball bats in the dugout area and took and emptied the garbage can on the field. And he stormed off and never coached the team again.
Really?
That was it. Never came back.
Wow.
And I'd never seen John like that. Like I said, a super nice guy.
Huh.
But that was not his evening.
Apparently, it was a really bad one if he called it a career at that point. So Hess comes into this one. The pitcher struck out looking back in the first.
Ball one inside.
He called that a strike? I think he did.
Well, from the action of Colerain, I would say yes.
Yep, he sure did. And that's interesting because the batter appeared to have to get out of the way of that one.
One ball, two strikes.
So for those of you just joining, we are on the top of the fourth. No outs. It is 4-1 LaSalle.
2-2 the count. Top of the fourth.
All the scoring done in the first innings.
Similar to the Roger Bacon game. Ball four. Lead off walk. Or actually, that wasn't the Roger Bacon game that all the runs, or most of the runs were scored first. That was the Harrison game.
Riesenbeck's third walk of the game. Johnson grounded to the shortstop back in the second. Coach Kaiser out to talk to Riesenbeck after that walk.
Kind of quiet right now.
That'll fix it. Almost on cue.
It's called strike. This is definitely the hardest angle we've had of being able to determine balls and strikes. This is popped up first base side. Riesenbeck makes the catch in foul territory for out number one.
Brady Gerber's going down to the LaSalle bullpen to start getting loose.
The first baseman, number 9, Aaron Burns.
Well, he pitched well the other day.
He did. So first baseman Aaron Byrne for Colerain up. He walked back in the second.
Was left stranded at first.
bunt's not a bad call here with this field.
Goldschmidt came charging in. 1 out, 1-0 pitch. 1-1. Oh, my bad. Of course, Riesenbeck didn't make that catch at first. He's pitching. I'm just so used
We're
to him
used to
being
seeing
there.
him over there.
That's Danziger at first. Two balls, one strike. This is a liner foul over to the right side. 2-2.
Really, a nice evening though.
Yeah.
You can even
Glad
say
I
a
came
borderline chilly for mid-May.
Yeah. Throw to first. Back safely.
Oh, we lost all the fans out in right center.
Yeah, we sure
That could be
did.
why it's quiet a little bit. It sounded close based on the reaction of those behind.
Payoff pitch. And that's hit up the middle. Lynch steps on second, throws to first, not in time. If he had fielded that cleanly, perhaps they would have gotten him at first.
Yeah. At least he got the one at second there.
Yeah, the lead runner's out. So Byrne reaches on the fielder's choice. Brings up the left fielder, Tyler Murray. Struck out back in the second. 1-0 the count. Two 1 pitch. The 2-2 pitch. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout.
Right.
Out number 3.
That would be Riesenbeck's fifth strikeout of the game.
We're in the middle of the fourth. Lancers still lead it 4-1.
19 pitches to retire the side there. Puts him at 73.
Colerain has left one runner on base in each of the 4 innings.
Only
For the
managed-
I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, Colerain's only managed to get 2 hits in those 4 innings.
2 up in the bottom of Bottom of the fourth for the Lancers will be the left fielder Tanner Reed, the center fielder Jack Shore, and the third baseman Isaac Goldschmidt.
This really does look to be one of the more crowded games we've had this season.
Yeah. This place is a pretty attractive draw. It has food and a nice concession stand. It's got nice seating. It's got a little area over there where kids can play with balls. Plenty of parking.
Yeah.
Number 6, Tanner Reed.
Tanner grounded out to short back in the first. And this is hit to the right side. And
he
the
drops
right
it.
fielder
Uh-oh.
came in. It looked at first to me like the second baseman was going to go back and catch it. Then he peeled off, and the right fielder came in, and it bounced off his glove.
Number 12 for the Lancers, Jack Shore.
I'd have to say that's an E9.
I would agree. He got to the ball and should have had it. I mean, he had to run a little ways, but that was in his territory.
Jack Shore popped up to shortstop in his at bat in the second inning. So runner in scoring position to start the fourth. First baseman comes in. And it's bunted down the third baseline.
That's
Perfect
what we've been
bunt.
looking for all season long, is that beautiful bunt. You had first baseman playing about 15 feet from home plate. You needed a good bunt down the third baseline, and you got it. That was
A
tremendous.
bunt single for sure. Lancers with runners on the corners and nobody out. Top of the order, Isaac Goldschmidt.
Oh,
Whoa!
ooh. Oh, he dropped the ball.
Well, that's interesting because we saw that play quite a few times last night,
Yeah.
and that's where the pitcher wanted to throw to third and then spun around to throw to first to try to pick off that runner who was
Well, and I
between
think the
first
coach is
and
going to
second.
talk about the collision there.
And then
Well, he's pretty animated about it.
and that's when Tanner Reed took off from third, and there was a collision at the plate.
But
with
he
the
was
catcher.
well down the third base line, not very close to the plate, in my opinion. But the Colerain coach is not happy about that one bit. But it looks like it's going to stand.
Great effort on Tanner Reed's part. We've got a runner at third.
Yeah, Shore makes it all the way to third on all that. So you get another situation when they get somebody hung out to dry there. And it works out well for LaSalle.
Yes. Pitches over Goldschmidt's head. Ball one. Ball two. Wouldn't you know, just recently I said it looks like both pitchers have settled down. And now LaSalle's getting things fired up here. 3-0.
Talk about the body language of that one on both the pitcher and the catcher. They wanted that pitch. Did not get it. I see nobody warming in the Colerain bullpen.
And that's over Goldschmidt's head. And once again, we'll have runners on the corners. Do you think they'll try that play again? Fake the third and spin the first?
I'm not sure. That is the fourth walk issued by Hesse in this one.
And the bunt attempt, foul. Colin Babowski, the batter. Bottom of the fourth. Nobody out.
Singled back in the first, went on to score, and then grounded to second in the second.
LaSalle leads at 5-1. And there's a bunt down the third base line. The third baseman had nowhere to go with it but first, and they get the out there for out number one.
But goes as a sacrifice because Shore was able to score on that.
And that makes the score 6-1 Lancers. Isaac Goldschmidt advances to second, and that brings up the second baseman, Justin Lynch, who walked and scored back in the first. This is hit to center field. He makes the catch for out number two.
Lancers designated hitter number 17, Xavier Reilly.
Javi Retley also walked and scored back in the first. And there is activity in the Colerain bullpen.
Looks like it's number 6 down there. Number 6 for Colerain
Foul ball.
is Landon Winter. Excuse me? I don't think that's right. Let's double check. Winter, W-I-N-E-R, Landon Winter, a junior.
Foul tip. 0-2.
Six batter.
Awesome. And we scored 2 runs. Oh, cat and mouse game between the pitcher and the batter. That pitch is high. Runner goes. They're down to third. They got him. Throw beat Isaac Goldschmidt to third.
Yeah.
Caught stealing for out number 3.
Into the fourth inning. Lancers 6.
So Rutley will be up back in the 5th.
Yeah. So it's kind of like we just had 5 batters.
Shoot.
Dang.
So after all that, just 10 pitches. Can you believe that?
No.
So that puts Hesse at 61 pitches through 4 innings.
After 4 complete, LaSalle leads at 6-1. Bottom of the order due up for Colerain, Sanchez, Mung, and Sanchez. Colerain scored their only run in the first inning. It was the first batter, in fact. LaSalle scored 4 in the first and 2 in the fourth.
As we head into the top of the 5th inning, leading off for Colerain, the shortstop, number 10, Orlando Sanchez.
Sanchez lined out to Justin Lynch back in the second.
So Gerbers is done warming up, it looks like. Is he still out? He's still out there throwing. Okay.
Grounder to short. Harmon up with it.
Nicely done.
Nice throw to first. Makes that easy on Danziger to catch.
Number 11, Devin Mung.
And I know exactly what you're thinking. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Oh, absolutely. Efficiency.
Yes, sir. Brings up the leadoff batter.
Long walked back in the first, reached on an error in the third.
Ball 1. Richmond wanted that one. Swing and a miss, 1-1.
He has definitely made the adjustment. You can see he's much more comfortable in his windup now. I mean, that ball is definitely in the mid to upper 80s. He looks very comfortable.
Richmond, he called that a strike. 1-2 the count. Hit to the right side. That ball eats up Lynch. I'd have to say E4.
I would agree.
Runner at first, 1 out. I wonder if, he had trouble seeing that ball.
Yeah, you've made that comment, so potentially, although it was hit right to him, he centered it, just popped out of the glove. Maybe there was some rotation on that, or I don't know. Sanchez struck out back in the first and grounded back to the pitcher in the third. Oh, what a catch.
A liner up the middle. Justin Lynch makes up for that.
Wow.
Makes a diving catch over his shoulder in shallow center.
That was a beautiful play.
Out number 2.
Number 8, Vinny Taylor.
Taylor popped to the pitcher back in the first, singled in the third.
2 down. Top of the 5th. 6-1 Lancers. Grounded foul down the third base line.
Way ahead here.
0-2.
Come right back with fastball again.
Foul ball. Count remains 0-2. Foul back again. Ball one. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Another foul ball. Right up the pitch count here. Pitch was outside. 2-2.
Nice blue sky.
I know. My umbrella looks kind of funny sitting there. And that one is over Justin Lynch's reach. Runners at first and second. 2-out single.
Corey batter. The center fielder, number 2, Greg Smith.
Smith doubled in the first.
That was an 8-pitch at bat for Taylor.
Struck out in the third.
Sure, Taylor would love to get out of this inning.
Ball one.
He is at 88 pitches.
That's up there. Ball two. You said Brady Gerber's finished warming up, so we may see Brady in the sixth if Kellen can get out of this. That's a called strike.
Ooh, another called strike down there low. That's a great spot to be.
2-2.
I mean, you don't want to get a ball anywhere where Craig Smith can extend his arms and get around on it. So I love the fact that he's low in the zone here.
Hit up the middle. Justin Lynch catches it and steps on the bag unassisted. Out number 3.
1 hit, 1 error, and 2 left on base. Middle of the 5th inning. LaSalle 6, Colerain 1.
No runs, 1 hit, 2 runners left on base.
So 92 pitches for Kellen Riesenbeck through 5 innings of work. I suspect that may be it.
I would agree.
And if so, a wonderful performance. 5 innings of work, 2 hits, 1 run it was earned, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts.
Especially after that first inning.
Yes.
Where we could tell the pitchers were having some difficulty. He made the adjustment, did well the rest of the way.
Couldn't agree more. Love to take a moment to thank our loyal listeners for being with us this season. It's a lot of fun having folks out there knowing they're taking in our game, and I know a good amount of the parents and players go back and listen after the fact. So thanks to all of them for listening to us.
Yes, indeed. We've had over 3,000 viewers in the past year.
Where do they hail from?
Mostly United States and mostly Cincinnati, but we have some scattered about, like in Florida, the Philippines, Chicago,
Didn't you say we had somebody from Indonesia listening?
Indonesia,
China?
China, Russia.
Ah,
I didn't even know if they played ball in Russia, that they would understand what's going on.
well, maybe that's why they're listening to us. They're trying to figure it out.
Try to learn.
Well, Hesse's back out there. I am impressed.
Well, you know what they say in the majors, the third time around, the hitters are comfortable with the pitcher.
Well, I'll tell you what. You talk about pitch efficiency. The numbers through 4 innings on Hesse. 31 pitches was the rough inning in the first for him for sure. Then 8 pitches, 12 and 10. So really, hard to believe, he's just at 61 pitches.
That is hard to believe, especially considering the score.
Well, he's had several batters where he's thrown that one pitch and gotten the one out. So
Ball one, Javi Retley.
that's right. Javi Retley is back up after Goldschmidt getting caught stealing.
Swing and a miss, evens the count 1-1.
And Riesenbeck is in the bullpen stretching himself out, which tells me his night is done. Again, a great performance by Kellen Riesenbeck.
Ball two.
So we'll likely see Brady Gerbers.
Oh, yeah. In fact,
senior
he's down
coming
there
in
with
here.
a glove. And
Ready
he's
to go
ready to
out
go
there.
out.
He'll be the lefty pitcher. Should be a different look to give Colerain.
2-2 the count.
As you pointed out earlier, Brady has been pitching very well lately.
We've got a good pitching staff. Swing and a miss, strike three, out number one.
And believe it or not, that is the first strikeout for
That is
Hesse
shocking as
in this
well.
game. Yes, because remember in this one, I think he's leading the team with strikeouts. He is 48 strikeouts over 38 innings pitched. So typically he averages more than one an inning.
Ball one.
Richmond singled back in the first, flew to center in the third. And here we are in the bottom of the fifth. LaSalle up 6-1.
2-0 the count. Three and 0. Pitcher looks a little frustrated there. Richmond looks at strike one. Ball four. One out walk. Danziger has reached base both times. He singled in the first was left stranded at third, drove in 2 runs with that single, and he walked in the third and was left stranded at second. Want to know the count? Throw over to first. Richmond back safely. He's got a nice lead over there. Almost had him leaning.
Yeah. Clearly, Hesse has recognized the lead that he has over there.
It's a called strike. 1-1. This is hit to left field. Left fielder makes the catch for out number 2.
Coming to the plate now for the Lancers, the shortstop, number 2, Joe Harmon.
Joe's due. He grounded out to second in the first, grounded out to short in the third.
Ball 1.
That's true.
There's a base hit to left field. 2 out single. Runners at first and second. Steve, one of the places I was considering covering this game.
Yeah.
You'll never guess.
Up on the roof over there?
That's a good one.
So Hesse's night is done. "15 pitches in this inning" means that he exits throwing 76 pitches.
Entering the game now for Colerain. Pitching, number 6, Landon Wyman.
So Hesse went 4.2 innings, 4 hits, 6 runs, 4 of them earned, 5 walks, just 1 strikeout. And again, Landon Weiner comes into this one. Weiner is, I believe, a junior. Let's double check that. He is, in fact, a junior. Numbers on Weiner. This is his 7th appearance. 23.1 innings of work, a 2-4 record, 27 strikeouts over those 23.1 innings, 1 shutout. So he and Hesse are the ones that own the 2 shutouts for Colerain, and an ERA of 6.00.
Oh, that's rather high.
Much like Roger Bacon brought in a relief yesterday, the ERA was around 6.
So you see out there in center field where it says Reed Rizzo Foundation?
Yes.
And then
Quite a slope right there.
Yeah, and that green wall right next to it.
I do.
I thought maybe the camera could go right there in that corner.
Ah.
But I don't know how well we'd be able to see. And of course, I'd have to zoom in.
Yeah, we'd be a ways out there.
But the thought crossed my mind.
Yeah?
that would be a different perspective.
Again, when we're talking about all the enhancements we're going to have at LaSalle, next year, of course, they'll have the turf infield.
Yes.
Our press box with the jacuzzi, maybe we can ask for a couple extra cameras to give the fans what they really want, or different views,
1-0 the count to Tanner Reed. If you recall, he had a collision at the plate, scoring LaSalle's 5th run. That's a called strike, 1-1. I'd like to see that guy at second base get knocked in here.
Get more runs.
Yeah.
That help your score prediction?
It would.
Prediction?
If Chris could help me out. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Richmond at second, Harmon at first, 2 out, bottom of the 5th. LaSalle leads it 6-1. Nobody. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, out number 3.
So it comes in, strikes out his first batter.
No runs, 1 hit, 2 runners left.
5 complete innings. Lancers 6, Colerain 1.
Top of the 6th. And there's Brady Gervers on the mound.
So Brady comes into this one, his 5th appearance, 5.1 innings of work, 1 strikeout, an ERA of 3.94. And he'll be facing the starting pitcher, who is in his DH, I think. Yes, he's going to stay in his DH. Peyton Sievert heading down to the bullpen to get stretched out.
Yeah, I saw that.
Coming to the game now for the Lancers. For 16, Brady Gerber.
We haven't come close to any foul balls.
Thanks a lot. You know how that goes.
Bring your glove.
I did not. So actually, Hesse has been pulled. It is number 12 hitting for Hesse. Number 12 is Chris Potts. He's a sophomore. Comes into this one batting .227 with 2 RBIs. It is still humid out here. I don't know about you, but my sheets are damp.
Yeah, I can feel it.
Well, it even looks a little hazy if you look out towards right field. It's been super humid. Well, shoot, you can see the moisture on my sheets here.
Yeah, it hasn't dried. And
Well, it was actually dry before, so the humidity is making them wet.
oh, really?
Yeah.
I just thought it never dried from the
Yeah, my dry erase is not even working. So we'll just have to keep track of the pictures on our sheets.
Strike one from Brady Gerber.
Nice start. We'll see how he does with this mound. Again, he's kind of tall, so hopefully it won't be as much a hindrance.
One and one.
Yes, Gerber, yes.
Justin Lynch fields it and throws the runner out for out number one.
Coming to bat now for the Cardinals, number 5, the third baseman, Nate Johnson.
Johnson 0 for 2. Lefty on righty.
So I meant to ask, we should have talked about this earlier. Did you see the big baseball news?
Yes. Mixed feelings about that.
Yeah. I as well. I'll be curious if your mixed feelings are the same as mine. Of course, the news we're talking about out there is the announcement by the commissioner of Major League Baseball to reinstate both Pete Rose and Shoeless Joe Jackson, which makes them eligible for the Hall of Fame.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Of course, you have spent all your life in Cincinnati. I'm going to guess a big fan of the Big Red Machine.
Oh, definitely. Best team ever, in my opinion. The Great 8. Well,
are you mixed because you're thinking it would have been much nicer of a gesture to have done it when he was alive?
Correct. Yeah. And I mean, Pete was baseball. What he accomplished on the field will never be matched.
I thought interesting that he did the same for Shoeless Joe Jackson and immediately thought about Field of Dreams.
It's just too bad that Pete didn't get to have that while he was alive.
Yeah.
Because baseball really did mean so much to him. One out single. But I think it's a good thing that they're moving in the right direction.
Yep. So Byrne reached on a walk back in the second.
Certainly,
reached in the fourth as well.
The Hall of Fame is not full of saints. Called strike. And
that's dropping.
That's a single to center. Back-to-back singles.
So, and again, that really only clears the first hurdle because you still also have to have the writers make the determination. So Peyton Siebert's coming back from the bullpen, so he is ready to go should they decide to make a change here. But I'd really love to see Brady get the opportunity to work himself out of this.
I kind of think of it as baby steps. They have to start somewhere.
So Murray, the left fielder, struck out looking back in the second and struck out swinging in the fourth.
So it's grounded to the left side. Goldschmidt goes to second.
Tried to get the tag on Johnson. Couldn't do it.
It's out number 2. Runners at the corners. As Murray reaches on the fielder's choice. Byrne is erased at second. Johnson now a third. Ball's in the dirt. Richmond keeps it in front of him.
Good stop.
As you mentioned earlier, that's not much room there behind the plate, so it would have to ricochet somewhere for that runner at third to take off for home.
Yeah. So Sanchez here popped to second in the second and grounded to short in the fifth.
Chop foul. Scoreboard shows 1-1.
That's what I had.
And this is hit the first baseman.
All right.
Yeah, Danziger makes the play unassisted for out number 3.
So just 16 pitches for Gerbers to get out of that inning.
2 hits, no runs, 2 runners left on base. Colerain has left at least a runner on base in every inning. Go to the bottom of the 6th. Due up for LaSalle is Jack Shore, Isaac Goldschmidt, and Colin Babowski.
So Weiner is back out there for another inning of work here.
I mentioned I had 3 distinct memories here.
Yes.
The last one was the first game of the season. Bases were loaded, and I hit a triple out to left center field.
That's a great feeling, isn't
That
it?
was fun. Yeah.
It's nice to have a house over there. They got the nice porch. Can you imagine just sitting out there and taking in the game?
Yeah.
Be all right.
That would be Americana right there. Ball 1.
Shore had that fantastic bunt back in the 4th inning. Also popped to short in the 2nd.
Ooh. 2-1 to count.
Ooh, that got him, didn't it? Well, it got the bat. I think he got the bat. He's not
sure.
Unless he ducked out of the way, but it sounded to me like it. No, apparently it's a ball. The scoreboard's showing ball, so 3-1.
Okay. Maybe that sound we heard was hitting off the catcher's mitt.
Could be.
Or maybe his helmet. Jack Shore draws a leadoff walk.
And what an artist he is.
The number 9, the third baseman, Isaac Goldschmidt.
So as the first walk for Winter. Goldschmidt grounded back to the pitcher in the first, singled in the second, walked in the fourth.
Pitch is high, ball 1. One and one. Two and one.
Yeah. Bit of a lead over there at first.
Swing and a miss. 2-2. And snap throw down first. Full count.
That got him in the helmet, I think. That's scary. He is okay, though, it looks like. Coach Altman was out there quick. Looks like it got him primarily above the eye on the side of the helmet.
He's going to trot on down to first, so that's good to see.
Sure is. Don't want to lose him at this point. You don't lose anybody at this point going into the playoffs.
Runners at first and second, nobody out.
So
Have we had any hit batters?
I don't think we have, which is amazing given the mound conditions and everything else. I am looking here. No, that is the first one of today's game.
So, what is the Colerain coach doing?
I don't know. This is interesting because now he's coming over to talk to the umpire, and we've got Altman out there too. We've had some interesting conferences. Might be something to bring up at a future dugout talk. And it's quite the conversation going on right now. It doesn't seem heated necessarily. And now the coaches are talking with each other. So I don't know. And now Colerain's coach is going back out to the mound.
And the field umpire's out there at the mound. But now he's walking away.
And they're having quite the conference back on the mound. And it's not like they're waiting to let any pitcher get loose because there's nobody warming in the Colerain bullpen.
Here comes the home plate umpire to break
And it's
things
broken up. I don't know. I'm legitimately intrigued.
Number 21, right fielder, Colin Grabowski.
I really don't know what all that was about, unless they were saying it was a ball to the head. He had to come out, but Coach Altman looked him over. Concussion protocol. Ice seems fine over there. I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't know what else it could be.
Third baseman creeps in. And
it gets thrown away.
throw down to third. Scores Jack Shore, and Goldschmidt advances to second, and we now have a 7-1 ball game.
And that was a heads-up play.
So that back throw didn't work out too well for Colerain.
It did not. You know, they were third base was charging, looking for a bunt on that play, and they put that on. And then shortstop came over to try and get to the ball.
Exactly.
But was nowhere near in position for that.
They were trying to catch Shore, being distracted with the third baseman charging. This is a bunt down the third base line. Pitcher falls down on the play, throws to third, but Goldschmidt's safe.
I would still give that an infield hit on the bunt.
I would too.
Because I think even if he fields that ball cleanly, he's not going to get him. Bobowski was hustling down the line yet again.
Brings up Justin Lynch.
I tell you what, based on what you just saw there, I would not be surprised to see Lynch bunt here.
Runners on the corners. Nobody out. It's now 7-1.
So he showed bunt, pulled it back, called strike, but on that, Bobowski advances to second. No throw.
No throw. Yep. Second, third. Lancer's trying to knock two more in. Nobody out. Ball one. Oh. 1-1 to count. And this is hit over to left side. Third baseman throws it to first. They get the out. Goldschmidt scores, and Bobowski advances to third. Lancers now lead at 8-1.
So that's the first out of the inning.
Foul ball. Retley walked and scored in the first.
So how you looking on your prediction now?
Still got ways to go. How about you?
We'll be talking.
Oh, that ball gets past everybody. But like I mentioned earlier, there's not much room behind
No,
the plate.
It's
and
really got to ricochet, as you said
Yeah.
earlier.
One and one to count. A little chopper back to the mound. Babowski scores. They throw out Retley at first for out
He
number
was
2.
hustling down the line as soon as contact was made there.
Heading out for the Lancers,
So that's an RBI for Retley.
Chris Richmond.
Babowski scores the third run of the inning. Score is now 9-1 in favor of the Lancers. So strike.
1-1. Yep. Okay. The board was going a little crazy there.
Chris Richmond, the batter. Nobody on base, 2 out. And this is a little pop-up. First baseman catches it. Out number 3. After 6 complete, LaSalle leads at 9-1.
Lancers 9, Cardinals 1.
Three runs on 1 hit. No runners left. Cardinals down to their final 3 outs. And on the mound, new pitcher for LaSalle. Peyton Sievert, number 5. Right-handed pitcher.
Seifert comes into this one. It's his second appearance. 1 previous inning of work, 1 strikeout. Are you ready? An ERA of 0.00.
Very nice. Perfection. And he also followed Brady Gerber's last time he pitched.
He did, yes. So the numbers on Gerber's: 1 inning of work, 2 hits, no runs.
Now 2 for the Lancers. Now pitching number 5.
On 16 pitches.
Top of the order due up for Colerain.
Mullins reached every time. Walk in the first, an error in the third, an error in the fifth. Look at the moisture on that ground.
As we slide into the top.
So Friday I will not be broadcasting as I've got a prior engagement.
And tomorrow's game, you said, is canceled.
Tomorrow's game, apparently Edgewood canceled that game.
So the next time you and I will be broadcasting, it will be
Playoff time. And what day is that?
I believe it's Monday, isn't it?
Is it Monday?
I'll have to look, but I believe it's Monday.
I just take one day at a time.
I got you. So it's not Mon. He's being hit for
Ball one.
number 21 is hitting. That is hard to see.
One and one.
Dalton Gears.
Is it too early to be getting bit up by mosquitoes?
I don't think so. So Gears comes to this one batting 100 with 1 RBI.
Little ground ball back to Peyton Sievert. He throws the runner out first for out number one.
Right now for the Cardinals, number 19, August Armstrong.
And
They're throwing all kinds of guys at us.
Yeah.
Armstrong is now hitting for Sanchez. August Armstrong is batting 167 with 2 stolen bases and 6 RBIs of the double.
did I mention we haven't come close to any foul balls?
You have mentioned that.
Ball one. Ball two.
That'll be
And
it.
that's a single to left field that gets just past the glove.
So we got another pitch in.
Now for Colerain, number 20, Austin Toby.
One out single.
So Toby is a freshman, batting 100, 1 RBI, 1 stolen base.
Colerain down to their final 2 outs.
Let's go, Seaver. Time it up here. Time it up here. Baseball. Let up the A. Let's go.
Foul ball. 1 and 1.
Again, Sievert, a relatively tall player as well, and a long stride with his pitching, doesn't seem to be bothered too much by the mound.
Takes his time. I like to see that.
Absolutely, controlling the pace of the game.
Don't rush things. Ooh, that sounded good.
Yes, put a little something extra on that one. He's ahead now.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Wonder if his brother Roman is in the crowd.
All right, he could be back from school.
That misses. Ball 2.
It's fun to watch Roman pitch too.
Yeah. Swing and a miss.
So that is Sievert's first strikeout of the game and the second out of the inning.
And Colerain is down to their final out.
And we have another pitch hitter. It is 23. 23 is Jesus Sanchez.
Another
for Craig
Sanchez?
Smith. Another Sanchez, and both freshmen, or not freshmen, juniors.
They got 3 Sanchez's.
There's got to be a relation there someplace, yeah?
You think? Throw to first.
They're emptying their dugout.
And it's ground ball third. Goldschmidt fields it, throws it to first.
Wow. But actually, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either.
That's a tough one because I don't know if he would have gotten him, although he fielded cleanly right down the line. He got there to it quickly. I'll give him the benefit and go hit there.
Okay.
Now, he did pull the first baseman off, but it was a long throw to make.
Right.
I can
On
go
the
either way
run,
on
too.
that one.
And this is another Sanchez up to bat.
Well, this is Potts. You would think so. Well, this is Potts that came in to hit for Hesse. He grounded the second back in the sixth.
Popped up.
Who's
Right
getting it?
side. And
There it
Babowski
is.
calls for it, makes the catch for out number 3. Lancers win this one 9-1 as they continue dominating the series between LaSalle and Colerain.
So Seifert needed 2, 4, 6, 8.
LaSalle's now 10-3 against Colerain over the last 20 years.
13 pitches to close it out. Well, partner.
No runs, 2 hits, 2 runners left on base, and that's amazing. Colerain left runner on base in every inning.
Huh. Yes. Something that we were doing earlier in the season, but we found ways to get our guys in tonight, and that does make the difference.
It does.
So, is it time for the great reveal, partner?
It is time for the great reveal. The
9-1,
final score was
final.
9-1.
Oh, let's see. What time? 10:01. So 2 hours and 21 minutes for the game. All right, what do you got?
Well, most importantly, LaSalle won, that's what I had guessed.
I did as well.
And they won 9-1. And I predicted that LaSalle would win 13-2.
Wow, that's pretty close.
I was only off by 5 runs.
That's pretty good. And my prediction had LaSalle winning 7-4.
And that's off by what, 2, 3, 5 runs also.
Yeah.
So we tied.
All right. That's good stuff.
That was fun.
It sure was. I enjoyed it. I think we'll keep that.
Oh, yes. Wish I'd have thought of it soon.
Yeah. So the next time we'll be broadcasting, it will be playoff time.
Against Hughes High School.
You got any backstory on Hughes for us?
No, other than I know our kids swam there when they were younger a few times. Got a pool.
Wow, I'll
But
tell you what, this place is clearing out quick.
well, as always, we appreciate all of you tuning in.
Sure do.
We have a good time, and we hope you enjoy the games. And we hope you can tune in next time. So live Jesus in your heart.
Forever.
Go Lancers.
Lancers.